Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a quick news recap over the last Challenger Series developmental diary. Last week they gave us the characters. This week they dived into some of the big themes of the two decks. So let's go ahead and get into the article. Welcome back, fighters. This is Tim Free, rules manager and resident My Hero Academia fanboy. You get to share some more insight into the pair of Challenger decks and show off a few cards while we're at it. Let's start with the Villains deck. Last time we saw the characters All for One and Tomura Shigaraki. The big theme shared by these two was once again the idea of being tricky by playing cards from unusual zones and making use of accumulated resources for a quick game. Our first two cards today fit that game plan as solid role fillers, which is kind of cool. Is that they're kind of rehashing the unusual zones bit from set 5 Undaunted Raid with the Yakuza, the Hasaki, or whatever they were called, overhauls guys. It's kind of neat that they're playing from like different zones. Like Shigaraki removes them and from his hand and then you can play one of them from the remove from game pile, and then All for One can play them from his momentum. So let's take a look at the cards. We got Adaptive Stabbing, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 3 mid, 2 mid block, 3 mid for 5. Fury Punch, Blitz. If this attack was played from anywhere other than your hand, it gains throw, and your rival flips 1 foundation. That's very cool. You could play this like Shigaraki, you remove it, give it a speed, and it's going to gain throw, so it's always going to trigger your ability to draw up to 2, which is really, really neat. And then Appendage Onslaught, 4 difficulty, 3 check, 1 mid block, 2 mid for 6. Stun 1, Fury. Blitz, if this attack was played from anywhere other than your hand, its stun rating gets +1. So it's stun 2 when it's come from either momentum or your move from game pile. It's very cool. Like, they're just kind of solid role players. Like, their stats are a little underwhelming. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd rather have liked to see more speed than damage, just because, you know, Shigaraki wants to hit your rival, but again, you get to be able to deal damage. Adaptive Stabbing's cool. I like that because it gives you a throw option on a 4 diff. That it also makes your rival flip a foundation, so it does do stuff to their board. The other one can gain stun 2. It could be stun 2, which is really nice. So really, it's like kind of like a 4 mid 6, which is really nice on a 4 diff with a +1 mid block. Adaptive Stabbing and increased Appendage Onslaught both have on curve stats, which is, you know, they speed and damage both equal 8. But it gets even better if you play them from using one of the villain's abilities. Stabbing gaining throw ensures some damage, while Onslaught's increased stun rating helps lower the rival's defenses for aggressive attack turn. That's basically what we just said, right? Like, I should have just kept reading. Being able to take away their resources or get throw, which is really nice. You still kind of take away their resources by making them flip a foundation. 4 diff stun 2 is not terrible, but again, it's really a 5 diff because this is not your first attack, because you have to be able to E Shigaraki or All for One, right? So they're really 5 diff moves here. They're really kind of just sneakily 5 diffs, because you have to be able to play the enhances on your characters first, and you can't do that while this is there. Next, let's talk about Combination Salvo. While it doesn't interact with the characters in quite such a direct way, it will often meet the requirements for its blitz with characters that remove cards often. All for One can play it from his own momentum and use the powerful, resulting in a second attack from momentum in his hand, able to be played that turn. Combination Salvo. Now, art's sick. 6 difficulty, 3 check, 2 low block, 4 high for 7. Powerful 4, Fury ranged. Blitz, if you have 5 or more cards in your remove pile, it gains 3 speed. Response, after you play this card's powerful ability, add 1 attack card spent to pay the cost of that ability from your discard pile to your hand. Like Void, Rodan, Evil Void characters that can incubating cards away. defensively to pump this up offensively. So it's a 7 high 7, 6 diff. I mean, I think this card's going to see play just because it's a 6 diff that adds an attack back to your hand. It's 7 high 7. Well, to reduce the response to at least 4 more damage, so it's a 7 high 11. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I don't know how much it's going to see play, but it's very cool. For some reason, the community hates playing anything with, like, you know, a 6 in the corner or a 2 in this corner, right? Like, they're scared of it. Like, they're scared to play anything higher than a 5, and then anything that checks lower, you know, on average. The first foundation I want to share with you today is a solid addition to any deck on its symbols, but especially for evil decks, as it will help some much needed draw power. Though your rival does have some ability to prevent it, Shigaraki's optimal form would of course do a little more than add just another card in the hand. Here we see that when his body is taxed, it can still be of some use, decreasing the rival attack speeds, provided the card is already committed. Playing multiple of this card won't have such a drawback as the first form foundations normally do. 3 difficulty, 5 check, 3 mid block. First form commit, draw a card. Your rival may sacrifice a foundation to cancel this effect. So really it just depends on how much you value your foundations. Like if there's committed like face downs, they're just gonna sack it, right? But what I like on the flip side, defensively, it has a tenacious ability after an attack is played, it gets -1 speed, only playable while this card's committed. That's very cool. I really like that ability because it does, you know, even though your foundation's committed, it's still giving you some bonus off of that. I like that a lot. I really do. And like he said in the article, having multiples isn't never terrible because you can commit them to pass checks. And then you're able to just get -1 speed for free, like on every attack. That's like really good. This is really crazy. Like that bottom ability is very good. Our final evil foundation today, before we move on to the good guys, is stealing quirks. What's mine is mine. What's yours is also mine. I love that. That's a good one, Tim. This card allows you to make use of your rival's momentum to pay for your own keyword abilities. Who says villains don't understand sharing? At least when it comes to others sharing with them. Stealing quirks. 2 difficulty, 5 check, 3 low block. It's a first and hits only. Flip. Next time you play a keyword ability, during this attack, you may have your rival spend 1 momentum, as though you were spending momentum to pay for that ability. So, I have a question about this. Maybe you guys in the comments below could help me understand this one real quick. So if I play combination salvo, and then you stealing quirks as your first enhance, and then you make your rival spend a momentum, and then it's an attack, can you add that attack to your hand? I don't know if you could play it, but theoretically, it says after you play this attack's powerful ability, add 1 attack card spent to pay the cost of this ability. Oh, from your discard pile. Okay, there you go, right there. That's what it is. It's your discard pile to your hand. So, okay, so you wouldn't be able to do it. No, sorry. So it doesn't work. Okay, I need to read the full card, I guess, right? That'd be very funny. But this is really good because it makes your rivals spend their momentum. And there's not a whole lot of cards that do that right now. So if there's been stockpiling momentum and you have like an EX, or if you have a powerful, you're just like flip and then poof, you get rid of all their momentum, which is great. We need more momentum hate in this format. Because that's one big thing I believe we do need. Okay, let's move on to the heroes of this release. Armored All Might, Nezuko, Midoriya, Deku. In this armored form, All Might uses the technology he has access to try and recreate the abilities of his students' quirks. And that way, many of his cards possess the vestige keyword introduced in the last iteration of Midoriya, and continued on with Deku's new cards. The vestiges may be different in scope, but they are both donning the abilities of others in order to succeed. First attack I'd like to show you is Cellophane Sugarman Shoot Style Smash. This 4 difficulty kick has a slew of relevant keywords, and if your rival is already connected with an attack, you're likely to get a speed boost to push this attack through. 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 low block, 3 mid for 5. Armor, kick, tech, vestige. That's a lot of keywords right there. Blitz, if you have less momentum than your rival, gets 3 speed. I kind of dig this, especially in All Might, because if you have less momentum, it's a 6 mid for 5, and then it's a 7 mid for 8. Which is crazy. That's awesome, actually. Wow. Like, 7 mid 8 on a 4 diff is huge stats, man. Huge stats. Granted, I don't know if it gets played, because, like, on the Earth symbol, you get, like, Queen, Battle Order Release, Destructive Heat Ray. You get some pretty decent cards on the Earth symbol, and then you just kind of tailor in the good symbol cards via Attuned, in my opinion. Let's change it up. Let's take a look at Gear Shift. This spam foundation provides a good defensive trick and can help make that much needed speed adjustment. It also has the vestige keyword to work with both characters' packages, and can be used to turn on the ability of evoking the wielders. Evoking requires some specific setup, but the amount of on-demand speed and damage provided by this card is quite a doozy. We love this. What a wordsmith. It counts for itself, so you only need to get 2 other vestige foundations in play. Let's look at Gear Shift. 1 difficulty, 5 check, 3 high block. Deflect 2. We love Deflect on a 1 def. Vestige. Enhance card pool. Flip. This attack gets +2 or -2 speed. This card seems fine. Deflect for -2 damage, and then being able to block the next move. Or, like, I don't really see this being played first, and then an attack, then flipping this. Like a Bridget may play this from hand before an attack to get a free momentum. I don't know if they really do, but it is something. Obviously, I think the new Midoriya is going to play it just because it's a vestige card. They're going to need every vestige they can get. Yeah, it's a little weird because, like, even then, like, you can play this, play Queen, but, like, you can't build it because you can't get it speed because of the blitz ability. Like, blitz abilities happen before enhance abilities, so it's kind of weird. And then we got Evoking the Wielders. 2 difficulty, 5 check, 1 mid block. Ally Vestige. The ally keyword's really cool here because we can free build this with, like, Hunter's Ally, which is really awesome. Enhance commit. If there are at least 3 differently named Vestige Foundations in your stage, this attack gets 2 speed, 4 damage. Wow, that's a huge chunk. That's a doozy, as you would say. Like, I could see you playing this. Is there differently named? So you can't have a bunch of different Evoking the Wielders. So, but you would need, like, a Gear Shift and one other one. Or, like, from the Midoriya Dark Deku stuff, you got those guys too. You can play those. It's actually not too terrible to turn on because a lot of those other, a lot of the Dark Arc Hero Challenger deck, they all have Ally too, so you can play them and play, like, Hunter's Ally and then build all these in and get all these really, really cool bonuses. The last card I want to share with you today captures a pretty amazing scene. The incoming Smash Kick portrays that moment that Deku arrives at the floating UA high from being portaled away by the villains. At the very last moment, he returns to take over the fight against Shigaraki. This is exhibited by the ability to help play it very late into an attack string, gaining the check bonus at the cost of a card from your hand. With foundation or character stat pumps, this can become a pretty dangerous tool when you're nearly out of resources. 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block, 3 high for 4. Discard 1 card. After you make a check to play this card, that check gets +2. There was another card that had this response on it too, I believe. I wonder if this card's going to see some play. Just because it's statted kind of. It's a 3 high 4. It's not the greatest of stats, but again, it said that you want to put some stats on it. I don't know. It's kind of iffy. It's kind of neat. It does a neat thing. I don't know if it actually, like, sees play competitively. This is neat though. that's all for the reveals I have to show you today. But I hope the insight into the cards, some of why they work the way some of the why they work the way they do, and the thematics behind them have been to your liking. We still have a few weeks of cards that are to be revealed in our weekly newsletter. Don't forget to sign up at the bottom of this page. And at the end of the month, I'll return with another article to go over the remaining cards and show you some of my favorites. Which cards are you most excited for as your next form? Which cards are you most excited to play as your next form when the My Hero Academia Final Battle Challenger Series slingshots into your local game store on June 12th? Cool. Yeah, they're kind of neat. They're just basics. They're basic commons and uncommons. You know, they're not bad. Like, I think this is going to be like the Vestige package, and you're going to play Hunter's Ally and do all that fun stuff. This might be an interesting 2-2, like a 2x in a deck. But man, stealing quirks is sick. Like, the villain cards are very good. These are pretty decent. This card's super freaking cool. This card's really cool. And as a 6 diff, it's pretty neat. So, but that's all we got for today, guys. Let me know what you think of these cards down below. Who are you most excited for to play out of this Challenger series? All Might, Deku, Shigaraki, or all for one? Let me know. And yeah, hopefully we get some more. I guess Tim said we're going to get a couple more articles, maybe one for sure at the end of the month. Hopefully we get another one, because I really like these. I really wish they would do like a video instead of an article, but I get it. It's easier to write an article than a video. Like, I really like these dev looks, these dev diaries into like the how they go about and designing and what's their mindset. I really do like this. So that's all we got. Thanks again for all the support. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit those bells for notifications. And until the next video, take care.